What's going on, guys? Alex here. It's almost 8 AM, so let's begin the morning routine. It all starts with making bed, the only purpose of which is not to let me to fall asleep straight after my first cup of coffee. So it's 8:15 AM, so right now I suppose it's the right time to start with some Notion, and right after that let's begin our study session, the first one for the day. Almost every morning my day begins with a review of my to-do list in an app called TickTick. Here I take my tasks from my weekly to-do and move them to today's section. Also, since my PC decided that it is the right time to upgrade Windows, I use this relatively free time to write some scripts for my future videos on this channel. Windows finishes its update at 8:23 AM, so I proceed with checking out new functions and with recovering Windows personalization. After I check out my Google Calendar for new events. As you may see, I only have my psychiatrist appointment for today, so I have some free time left, which I use to create a quick habit tracker for my little project, implementing healthy habits to everyday routine. I stick this calendar to the most visible place in the room, on the wardrobe door, in order not to forget about these new habits I try to create for my everyday life. Right after, I remember that I need to count my calories, so I make a record in MyFitnessPal, and straight after I launch the Study With Me stream on Twitch at exactly 9 AM. The Study With Me stream consists of 45-minute study sessions with 15-minute breaks in between to chat with my little community and to share some experiences and thoughts about studies, productivity, tech, and the rest of the subjects which interest me and my audience. I'm usually streaming for a small audience of 1 to 3 people who are very friendly and are ready to help me with the useful advice if I need it. So feel free to join me on stream on Twitch. I'm streaming almost every other day just in order to motivate myself to study more and to keep myself accountable for my words. So right now I'm gonna talk to my psychiatrist. Because of the new COVID recommendations, we're not needed to meet in person, so I can make a call. But as I supposed, I got cancelled for new medications, so I have no new medications, and the oldest one, which I have right over there on the desk, it got reduced to half, so half of the antidepressants, half of the tranquilizers, and the same amount of neuroleptics as it was before, so we are going towards reducing the amount of the antidepressants and all of the drugs, so by the beginning of the summer I could lead a normal life without drugs, so that's good for me. I have felt much better after the news from my doctor that my mental health problems are almost over, so I continued going through my oncopathology materials for 3 more hours, of course with some breaks to entertain my stream with my happy news. So I have ended my morning study stream. It took me 5 hours to read through the theoretical part of my pathology colloquium, or the test, name it whatever you like. So the thing is that right now I'm gonna have lunch, cause my breakfast was just a simple cup of coffee. So I will make a lunch, and straight after that I will have a short walk, cause I intend on hitting that 6,000 steps for the day, or at least I'll give it a try. So my morning stream took 5 hours as I said before, and right now I intend on going to have a walk, to have a short walk, and also, look here, I have redesigned the habit tracker. I decided to go for a walk, but instead I have watched 2 last episodes of the Snowpiercer. So what can I say? It's quite fascinating, quite interesting show. I'm thrilled, I'm waiting for the 3rd season, but for now let's get for a walk. So I have walked for almost 4 miles. It's 3.5. I have walked for 3.5 miles right now, and I have finished listening to the book of Timothy Ferris, written by Timothy Ferris, called For Our Body. And to be honest, it's quite interesting if you have some background in science, because he tells some scientific facts, and told in that way it looks pretty legit, so I suppose yes, it suits. Let it be. But anyway, right now it's beginning to rain, so I suppose I'd go right now straight home. So 2 more miles, I suppose, or maybe 3 more miles to home, and so my walk for today will be over. Despite starting to rain, I have decided to enjoy the view of the National Library and my university buildings over the river. To be honest, I miss studying offline, so some nostalgic rest and then heading back home. I needed this walk, to be honest, simply because I needed to at least to try to socialize this type. Right now there is no one in both directions for me, so it's kinda not the best way to socialize, but still. Feeling the vibes of the city, I almost forgot how the city felt, simply because of the lockdown and all of the curfews and so on. So let's be honest, everyone needs it. So I suppose that such walks around the city alone, completely alone, is the best way to treat some kind of depressive thoughts, for me right now at least. Works for me, maybe works for someone else. See you. The big city life, I've missed the feeling and missed the view. So I have returned from my 2-hour walk, or maybe even more than 2 hours, but at least my wristwatch, my smartband, shows me that I have walked almost 6.5 kilometers in 2 hours period of time, so I'm pretty okay with that. So right now, let's have some video editing and maybe even let's launch some stream. Because of the recent update of my editing software, I had to watch a couple of tutorials to understand the logic of the redesigned software, so it took me some time to start editing itself. I have finished editing at almost 1 AM, so I went to sleep completely exhausted but happy for the productive day. Thank you for being here with me, thank you for watching the video, feel free to leave comments down below, and see you guys next week.